Welcome back. Echoes of a Dream, MLK's Legacy in Richmond is a locally produced film that reveals the untold story of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s influence on the civil rights movement here in Richmond.
Here to tell us all about this film that will be screened this year at the Richmond Film Festival is founder of the New Views agency that brought this project to the spotlight. We welcome Tyrone Nelson Jr. to Virginia this morning. Good morning.
Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
I am just thrilled to hear that this is part of our own Richmond International Film Festival, and it is such an important story to be told. So tell us a little bit about your background and what landed you here telling this particular story.
So I've had the company for about 7-8 years, and every year we try to tell stories around Black History Month, even around Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So I had my team come together, really dig through the archives and figure out what the story was this year. And we know that Martin Luther King has all of that I Have a Dream speech, and I've been to a mountaintop that, are circulated all across the country, but we know that his story, the roots of it take root here in Richmond. So we felt like it was important, and Virginia Union University has done a great job of preserving that history. So it was there. We just had to dive into it and figure out what the story to tell was.
Were there any surprises? I know that you went into it familiar with the roots that Martin Luther King Jr. had laid here, but was there anything surprising that you learned along the way?
I think him coming across Wyatt T. Walker and making those connections here in Richmond, that was the biggest thing that I think I've seen, and just his activism and dedication to local organizations. Yeah. He's this national figure, but every place he knew, it seems like he knew exactly who to go to and exactly who to talk to make sure things can translate from the local scene to the national scene.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The unsung heroes are part of that story, and there are so many here in Richmond and surrounding areas. My grandfather tells me stories of Wyatt T. Walker and others, and his experience actually having the opportunity to meet Martin Luther King and to be part of that civil rights movement. And so you have done a fantastic job, and we're seeing some pictures here of just compiling this story and all the snippets that come from our surrounding area and some of these landmarks that maybe even we still drive by every day, that we don't always understand the history that is within the walls.
I mean, Richmond has that everywhere. I think we talk about in another press video that we did that the street names may be a little different. The outside infrastructure may have a couple tweaks, but it's still Richmond. And those people have walked those halls, walked these streets, and that history is still ingrained here. So I think it's very important to go into that history and tell those stories, because there's a lot that was done here in Richmond and what makes the city what it is today, what makes the country what it is today. If he didn't meet Wyatt T. Walker at Virginia Union University and become his chief of staff, who knows, what would have happened next.
How did you get involved with the Richmond International Film Festival as far as having this as part of the programming for that, which of course draws in people from everywhere? I
can't take all the credit.
Yeah.
My public relations coordinator, Janae Day, found the Richmond International Film Festival. She said that this would be a great opportunity for us to submit. So, I listened to the people that I got around me.
Yeah.
So, I submitted that, and they've been amazing ever since, we were honored and selected for the film festival. But I'm happy that it's here. I mean, for me, as a filmmaker, as a director, as an agency owner, I've always wanted to be on the, global and national stage. To be able to have my work put out there, is a lifelong dream of mine, and I'm living my ancestors' dreams. I couldn't be more proud of the work that my team did to put this together. But I didn't find it. She helped us, and looking through their history, it's an honor to be a part of that.
Yeah.
Sounds like you have an incredible team who is all about alignment and telling these stories in the most robust way. And so we get a chance to see that story during the Richmond International Film Festival. It's on September 24th. Now, if you're interested in attending, tell us how we do that.
If you follow us on New Views Agency, it's NEWVIEWS Agency on Instagram and LinkedIn. We'll have a link in our bio that you can click and get tickets to the premiere. It'll be at Bowtie. I believe it is at 8 p.m. on September 24th.
Oh my goodness.
Fantastic.
Thank you, Tyrone Nelson Jr. It's been a pleasure talking with you about this, and we wish you well with
Thank you.
on September 24th and always. These are important stories to tell, and we're so happy that you brought this one to Virginia this morning. The New Views Agency is proud to present Echoes of a Dream, MLK's Legacy in Richmond. This powerful documentary will premiere at the Richmond International Film Festival on September 24th at Bowtie Cinemas Movieland. For more information, just visit virginiathismorning.com.